There is a type of person who carries a quiet weight, a silent expectation. They remember being told they were smart, that they had potential, that things came easily to them. Perhaps they excelled in school, effortlessly absorbing information, solving problems that stumped their peers. But now, in the sprawling, undefined landscape of adult life, that effortless flow seems to have vanished. They find themselves facing everyday tasks that feel overwhelmingly complex, or they start projects with fervent enthusiasm only to abandon them once the initial spark of novelty fades. You might recognize the feeling, a persistent sense of underperformance, a gnawing suspicion that you are not living up to some invisible bar, that you are somehow failing to actualize the very gifts you were once told you possessed. Your days might be filled with a peculiar blend of high intelligence and frustrating inaction, a constant internal monologue questioning why the clarity you once had has dissolved into a pervasive fog of ambiguity. Society has many labels for this individual: the underachiever, the dilettante, the one who could have been. But these labels misunderstand a fundamental truth. They imply a personal failing, when in reality, you are likely experiencing a profound mismatch between the environment you were prepared for and the one you now inhabit. To truly understand this, we must introduce a unifying framework, the distinction between the blueprint mind and the explorer mind. Your early life cultivated a blueprint mind, adept at following clear instructions and excelling within predefined structures. But the world now demands an explorer mind, one capable of navigating ambiguity, charting new courses, and thriving in the absence of external directives. Think about the difference between a meticulously engineered factory line, where every step is optimized and predictable, and a scientist embarking on an expedition into uncharted territory. The factory line rewards precision, efficiency, and adherence to a known process. This is the realm of the blueprint mind. The expedition, however, demands adaptability, resilience in the face of the unknown, and the ability to learn from unexpected obstacles. This is the domain of the explorer mind. Psychologist Carol Dweck's research on mindsets illuminates this further. Many individuals, lauded for their innate intelligence, inadvertently develop a fixed mindset. They come to believe their abilities are static, and thus, they avoid challenges that might expose a perceived lack of talent. The blueprint mind, having been consistently rewarded for effortless success, becomes risk-averse, viewing failure not as a learning opportunity but as a fundamental indictment of their intelligence. David Epstein, in his work on kind versus wicked learning environments, offers another lens. School, for most, is a kind learning environment. Rules are clear, feedback is immediate and accurate, and patterns repeat. You know what success looks like. Your blueprint mind thrived here. But adult life, with its ill-defined problems, delayed feedback, and constantly shifting parameters, is a wicked learning environment. The strategies that brought you effortless success in a kind environment become hindrances in a wicked one. Your brain, having been optimized for a world with clear blueprints, struggles to construct its own maps when none are provided. But this struggle is not a manufacturing defect. In reality, it is not even your fault. It is a defense strategy that you have perfected, a protective mechanism honed by years of external validation. You were taught, implicitly or explicitly, that your worth was tied to your performance within a structured system. Now, that system is gone. Give yourself permission to shed the burden of effortless perfection. You can let go of the idea that everything should come easily, without feeling guilty for past successes or present challenges. This is not quitting. This is a graduation from a limited definition of your own capabilities. To cultivate your explorer mind, you need concrete strategies. First, adopt the curiosity compass. Instead of fixating on rigid, predefined goals, allow genuine interest to guide your initial steps. Begin small, follow what fascinates you, and let momentum build organically. This is not aimless wandering, it is strategic exploration. Second, embrace iterative mastery. Break down large, ambiguous challenges into a series of small, testable experiments. Learn to value the process of experimentation and adaptation over the pursuit of a flawless outcome. Your blueprint mind sought perfect execution, your explorer mind learns from imperfect iterations. Third, build the feedback loop. In a wicked environment, feedback is not handed to you. Actively seek it out. This might mean keeping a reflective journal, sharing your work early and often for critique, or engaging in deliberate practice that exposes your blind spots. Your brain needs data to learn, and you must become its dedicated data collector. Finally, practice strategic discomfort. Intentionally choose tasks or projects that push you slightly beyond your comfort zone, where the path is not immediately clear. This is how you train your explorer mind to tolerate ambiguity and to find creative solutions without a ready-made blueprint. You open your laptop with a clear plan, or you start a new project with a burst of enthusiasm, and then you feel that familiar pull towards distraction, that sense of being overwhelmed. But now, you see it differently. You understand that this is not a sign of laziness or a lack of intelligence. It is the echo of a blueprint mind, accustomed to clear instructions, struggling to navigate uncharted territory. The person who feels this way, who was once labeled an underachiever, is in fact embarking on their most important journey. You were never meant to simply follow a blueprint. You were meant to be the person who can bravely explore the vast, interconnected landscape of your own potential.